adding to that, let's talk about that then first before we go around the circle. Is I know that a lot of people are they very confident or they're sort of really shy, and it might be harder for them to obviously become the empowered women that they deserve to be and so forth. I mean, what advice would you give to those people that might be don't have that confidence to become that fully empowered? But yeah, go on, tell me.
Okay, so my advice to people that don't feel very confident in themselves is when people say something to you that's rude or something, just like say, okay, well, at least I have a better humour than you because you think you're being funny right now, but I ain't laughing. And then, like, also as well, like, when you think of something, that's your opinion, you say what you want to say. As long as it's not rude to someone, have that confidence to say what you think about the situation. There's always things you can do to become confident in yourself. You can also, like, do, like self-care. I know it sounds a bit weird, but do self-care routines. Like, give yourself time by yourself, just giving yourself, like, treatment. And then the next day, trust me, you'll feel so much confident in yourself because you'll feel clean, relaxed, and refreshed.
I love that. And is that what you started doing yourself, like having that self-care routine of just maybe spending time by yourself or getting that treatment, you said?
I mean, I was listening to podcasts whilst I was doing that. So you can always listen to podcasts to build up like the confidence and listen to how they're talking, because usually podcast people are very confident in themselves with giving their old like stories and everything. Like, they should be quite confident talking about find like an episode that's been worrying you. Like, if you have a bad relationship, find an episode on relationships and just listen to it. And don't like answer any text messages, don't answer any calls, just listen. And then it should give you that advice enough to like be confident in what you're going to do next with that thing that you're worrying about.
That's amazing. I love that. And talk about that kind of thing then. But before we get into the next section, do you all agree with that? What you said? Yeah. Love that. And kind of adding to that, you said about topics that you mentioned about the podcast or whatever it might be about, you find quite hard. Are there any topics that you lot find quite hard maybe to talk about or overcome? So any topics or moments in your lives that you experience or you find quite hard to talk about and open up about?
Maybe stuff like abuse and stuff like that.
Abuse, yeah.
I would say like family wise, like some people don't feel like confident enough to like speak about it.
Yeah. And how about yourself? You mentioned relationships. Is that
no? I don't.
Or just an example?
That's just an example.
Okay.
But I feel like one thing, like, I seem like a confident person, but one thing I don't feel confident in is like family stuff, abuse, all of that. Like, I don't feel confident in that. Like, it's usually my low point.
And in that case, how do you think then feminism can support each other to help overcome those obstacles of talking about these topics that you find really difficult to talk about, whether it's like you said, abuse or family matters or whatever it might be? How could we support each other to kind of overcome those obstacles, do you think?
I had something in my head, but I can't remember now.
We'll come back to you, it's absolutely fine. How do you think we can help support each other?
Maybe be there for each other, like be there for the shoulder to cry on. Let's say like if there's a relationship that's just gone horribly wrong, be the shoulder to cry on, be the person to talk to, be trustworthy with it. Because if you're just going to be the person that can be talked to, but then you go off and tell other people, they won't talk to you ever again.
I love that. So you're being trustworthy, be honest from the get-go. I love that.
And give them advice, good advice, not like some like advice be like, oh, he don't need you. Like, I get sometimes it works, but one thing I can say is when someone's upset about a guy, I always like say, oh, he was so bad, like he didn't treat you how you were supposed to be treated, like princess treatment is needed. And I give them all that empowerment because they'll feel powerful in themselves, because they'll be like, oh, I did need princess treatment, like I am worthy to do that.